female teacher, 29, who seduced 13-year-old schoolgirl by shaving her head to pretend she had a fatal brain tumor is jailed for 7 years. A teacher was today jailed for 7 years for pretending she had a brain tumor to start a sex fling with a teenage pupil. Rhian Nokes, 29, feigned seizures and told the schoolgirl she didn't have long to live. But a court heard besotted and infatuated Nokes was extremely fit and healthy. She was the goalkeeper for Wales and Cardiff City and also played women's rugby for Wales. Nokes was employed as a £35,000 a year visiting teacher at comprehensive schools when she started grooming the girl. Prosecutor Catherine Richards said, she lied to the pupil about her health and family issues in order to gain sympathy and trust from her. She also lied about being sexually abused as a child and told the girl her mother had died of cancer, which was also untrue. Nokes initially encouraged the pupil to exchange mobile numbers and text messages out of school. In under a year she sent more than 12,000 text messages to the girl. Their relationship lasted for 3 years and became sexual when the girl was 15. The victim, now 21, was a talented footballer who saw Nokes as a role model and friend. Her victim impact statement said, "I looked up to her, she advised me to follow in her footsteps. When she told me she was terminally ill I had nothing else on my mind but to be there for her. My focus was on Rhian, I believed every word she said and I descended into an emotional mess." The girl said she became an agitated and difficult teenager who was confused about her sexual orientation. She said, "She took my childhood away from me for her own needs. I missed out on weekend football tournaments because she told me she was so ill she would not be here when I got back. I gave up everything for her. She took everything from me, my dignity and trust." The girl attempted suicide before reporting her teacher to police. Nokes was in tears when she arrived at Swansea Crown hand in hand with her girlfriend. She originally denied 2 charges of sexual activity with a child, 3 of inciting a child to engage in a sexual act and 2 of sexual activity with a child while in a position of trust. But Nokes, of Margam, Port Talbot, changed her pleas to guilty halfway through her trial in April. The court heard she was sorry and remorseful for what she had done. Judge Paul Thomas QC jailed her for 7 years, saying she had cruelly and methodically taken away the pupil's childhood. He told her, "As a football coach you were a hero and role model. The girl looked up to you as children of that age do because you were a successful sportswoman, you were older and you were her teacher. You knew from your training how wrong it was to take advantage of an adolescent for your own purposes. The wickedness is the devastating effect on her young life. You took away her childhood, her innocence and her love of football." The judge said Nokes's motivation was more about affection, attention and romance than sexual gratification. He said, "You were besotted and infatuated, you were a continuous psychological and emotional force on her daily existence." Nokes was given a sexual harm prevention order for life and will go on the sex offenders register. She was given a restraining order preventing her from ever contacting her victim. After the case, the Crown Prosecution Service praised the bravery of the pupil, who can't be named for legal reasons. Nicola Powell, from the CPS, said, "Rhian Nokes hid behind her reputation as an accomplished sportswoman and abused the position of trust she held at the school to manipulate the victim and fulfill her own sexual gratification. In order to facilitate their relationship, the defendant deceived the victim about her health, feigning treatment for a brain tumor by shaving her hair and feigning seizures in the presence of the pupil. The relationship ended after the victim uncovered the lies. She subsequently reported the matter to the police when she became concerned that Nokes was acting inappropriately towards another pupil. Nokes initially denied being involved in a sexual relationship with the pupil. However, as a result of the bravery of the victim giving evidence at trial and overwhelming telephone evidence to support the pupil's account, she changed her plea to guilty to all the offenses. Six Nations rugby star Nokes was also handed a lifetime ban from playing rugby by Welsh rugby union bosses. Speaking after the sentence, a WRU spokesperson said, "Rhian Nokes was immediately suspended from all associations with the Welsh Rugby Union. the women's national squad and our member clubs as soon as we were notified of the charges brought against her, in accordance with our strict safeguarding policy. Upon the conclusion of court proceedings today, we can now confirm that this suspension will be extended to a lifetime ban.